Hello, this is a little video. As you may have guessed, it's a little test video. I wonder how this iOS works, Here's optical image stabilization. This is Katie bouncing. We're trying to test for the sound. If there's a horrible hiss on it. Because that wasn't nice, was it?
No, that's not that.
Yes, this is the family energy. Isn't it funny how we channel different things with different people?
Oh, it's not that funny. It's a pain in the backside.
But we're learning about it all, aren't we?
We're trying to learn all the time, aren't we?
Yeah.
Trying to learn how to stay more
Yourself.
centered in ourselves. Trying to learn when stuff isn't us. That's a big thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think for years I've assumed that everything I feel is my own stuff, and a lot of the time it isn't.
No.
I think we're naturally very, very empathic. Probably everybody is. That island looks nice at the moment.
Doesn't it? I long to be where the trees
Where
are.
the light is on it.
But it is a very moody, this Cumbria. I mean, some people love that, it's not really my thing. I can appreciate it if I was just on holiday, but this...
A bit of moodiness, but not full-time moodiness.
Yeah, it just gets a bit much up here, the sky, up there, look. There you go. This is what you get most of the time. There's actually a little gap there, which is unusual, see there? But I don't want to complain about it too much, it's just that...
Let's take a video of a flatfish.
But the thing is, when you know what you don't want, then you can focus on manifesting what you do want,
It's a bit strange, you don't usually get big flatfish amongst garden stuff. That's okay, this is great. Security, we're all in danger all the time.
You can't relax because of your fight flight.
It is a bit weird having all these fish in amongst the... I know it's a promenade, but the sea doesn't come up this far. And the fish looks a bit shocked because somebody shoved it in a piece of wood. Poor fish.
If we ever have a kid, he's going to see that there's reels and reels and reels of video footage.
Of us being strange.
Yeah. And here's us in Grange over Sands. Yeah.
I should be taking some macro shots with that camera as well.
What, this one?
Yeah.
I don't know how good it is for that.
They look quite good though.
So, what do we say then?
We say life is rather difficult and it takes time to assimilate all the stuff that happens to us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the difficult things, isn't it? Like grief and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't even want to say what's going on because I feel like I'll cry.
Oh. No, you don't need to say anything anyway.
But the bees... nature just sort of does it all, doesn't it? They just carry on, they're just totally in the moment.
Yeah, so that's where we can start.
They're not worrying about later, they're not worrying about their dad dying.
So we can start with the fact that the acceptance of life and death is a lot.
The trust.
Yeah, which is I think it's our natural state. And I was aware earlier today that what these beings have done is made us hold on to our grief, which is what's happening. Everybody's holding on to their grief. And this is why, yesterday, we saw this thing about rebirthing that they're doing in Costa Rica. Where was it? Well, Pachamama, yeah, that's it, in Costa Rica. They're doing this rebirthing thing, and it really kind of struck a note with clarity. It's called clarity breath work.
Yeah.
And it really struck a kind of note with me. I've done my own rebirth. I've done my own breathwork stuff before, and it really helped. I actually felt tension release from my body for good, because there's a lot of things we can do, go to a therapist, go to body work, what do you call them, body work people, massage therapy and all that.
Shamanic.
But often, like, we feel better for a few days. And what happened with me with my breathwork thing was emotional clearing and like physical sort of release in my body, to where all the tightness kind of went in my body, because it was like really tight before that, and I actually feel like permanently like that, not just like just after, but for years since my doing my breathwork thing, I actually felt a lot better.
You released quite a deep sort of tension thing, I think, really.
And I think that's what I realised last night when I saw that, was I also realised after our conversations yesterday that me and Katie had, that these energies are keeping everybody from releasing.
They're keeping the trauma trapped in our body and keeping us in states of fight, flight and panic
and that's where
feelings that aren't well-being.
So the dissociation that's going on there is where it's allowing these other energies to enter into the body. So this is why in these satanic cults and that, like, they traumatize people so that they dissociate, and so that the darker energies can come more forward.
It leaves us like a vacant vessel for them to come in and out of and use as they want to. If trauma and soul loss is left in place, it leaves that gap open.
Yeah, so that's really like what's going on with all this stuff, really. I always get distracted when someone comes past. Like, it's so hard for me to like stay.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were feeling as well, weren't we? We were aware of how every single person kind of has their own reality field around them.
Yeah, that's it.
And their version of reality, their programming, the beings that are working through them, like, affects the radius all around them. So when we come across other people, their ways, their programs affect us. It's like it affects our energy field as ours affects them, of course.
And I think everyone does that to a degree, and there'll be people who say that they don't feel like they change, but I think that we've been doing it so much that
they
people
won't even be aware that they're doing it.
Yeah, people aren't aware that they change. Around, say, someone who feels like they're really cool, or someone who's like really depressed,
or if you're a bloke, a woman that's very attractive, or vice versa. It's we often find that our behaviour and our ways of speaking, ways of acting, like how open we feel, how vulnerable we can be.
I mean, certain people you feel really safe to be yourself with, and others you don't do.
No.
But like, this is the same again, like with the dissociation. If somebody's soul isn't there, their presence, then it's harder to feel safe, especially when you've got other energies around, because there's all a conspiracy for everyone in that group to be a certain way. And it's like, it's can become very hard for even someone who's very, very balanced and like strong in themselves and connected to Mother Earth. Even some people like that can still find it difficult around certain people who have a lot of openings and weakenings in them. But I mean, we're not at that level, and I wish we were, in a way, like where we've been meditating in nature and really grounded and strong and maybe more physically active and whatever, because I'd love to feel that in myself, and that centered,
that solid.
That other things don't affect you, so that you can bring your truth through, because
I think we find it quite hard because we're aware of the other beings and energies, and we consciously try not to channel. So when we're in interactions with other people, we're often in interactions with people who aren't aware of those things, and so they do channel. The beings in them want to have power over other people. So we try not to do that. We try not to take other people's power, but because of the unconsciousness in a lot of people, they're not aware enough to not do that.
It's not their fault.
No.
Forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Yeah, it is all that. I mean, we're far from perfect with what we have affecting us as well.
Well, we affect each other in a negative way and those energies work through us to affect each other.
Yeah, it's like it happens, I think, with all
But
people.
I always give you lots of cuddles, and that helps you feel nice and happy and safe.
A bit better, yeah.
That's good though. We need closeness and affection.
We
and
have
it's like,
found like it helps, as we said before, the beings like people to be in a state of fight, flight and panic.
and
So,
rush and
like we'll often find, like I've been going out to the hospital every day at the moment because my dad's very seriously ill, and like I've been getting quite knocked out, you know, like knocked out of my own power because I'm dealing with grief, I'm dealing with a lot of stress, I'm dealing with circumstances and environments that just don't feel right, especially to the animal aspect of me. So when I come back in, I can be quite far out of balance. But I find like if I'm laying on the bed, if Riki kind of can just sort of like lay on me, or you know, especially if he's like laying over my legs or whatever, it kind of helps to calm my body system. It's almost like
that's really good.
it's like
when
our
that happens,
biorhythms
it really
kind of
does
calm down, and you know, like you get a lot of comfort.
oh yeah,
from
like
it
it's
as
like
well.
being really really relaxed. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's like feeling that sense of safety and peace, you know. It's
I
like
think
the
there's
feeling that
something-
you get in nature at times.
Yeah, there's something like with our connection, isn't there, that like we feel we can just relax with each
Yeah.
other. I mean, it's when the beings aren't like
Yeah, when
cause
we're not
psychic
getting
attack,
loads of hassle.
because we get a heck of a lot of that, and it can be really uncomfortable at times. You know,
Makes it very,
it's
very
almost
hard
like we've
for
got
us.
bloody legions of these things going. Like, we're gonna make your life hell because you're on a spiritual path and you're trying to wake up. And like at times it can be really,
They
really
can make things
difficult.
extremely uncomfortable between us, can't they?
Yeah.
But like we do know that that isn't the truth of our actual connection. You know, our
I need to move
connection's
my
very
arm a
deep,
minute because it
really.
hurts. It's like,
Yeah. Well, we
I
could
wonder if
finish
that's
this
something you can
really.
buy for these things.
Those selfie sticks.
Yeah, because that really hurts my arm. Oh.
Yeah.
But, like, we've
Found
decided to just like do these videos and just be honest. You know, they're raw
Yeah.
videos, and I don't really know.
I feel like that's important. I feel like it's important to show truth. You know, everybody only shows their most polished aspects.
Yeah.
I mean, at the moment, I probably sound flat as hell because I do feel.
No, you sound
flat.
alright actually.
I'm struggling at the moment. It's very
Well,
hard.
yeah, like
what
someone
my
dying,
family's
like
going through. You know.
that's what we're learning. Like when it's a big thing, like grief when someone's dying, and especially when it's your loved one. But we're learning that we need to have the strength of our soul and the part that can deal with these things to be stronger, and then when that bit's all right, then it's like the other parts of us, you know, we can allow the inner child or whatever to cry and be vulnerable. So it's a matter of actually
kind of trying to learn to hold space for yourself as well as you can.
Yeah, I mean, these are true things. Like, there's no denying that those type of things are big.
It's trying to keep
But-
perspective with the bigger picture at the same time
Yeah.
as when your heart's breaking.
Yeah. Because things like people's deaths, unfortunately, are being used, and the hospitals it is set up to keep people in there longer and
States of
draining your
powerlessness.
energy.
It's horrible, really.
Yeah,
And it goes against so many aspects of ourselves as well. You know,
yeah.
like
We
that
feel very
sense of
different, don't we? Like,
powerlessness.
you know, like this whole medical thing and is a bit crazy.
It's very hard being thrust into a world that you don't even really agree with at all.
But yeah, I don't really know what else to say now.
Maybe just leave it at that.
It's a very beautiful world.
Or over there at the sky,
Mm.
with a bit of light
Ooh.
sky. That looks nice.
We want to find the other people, don't we? That's the main thing. Like I've felt recently, we want to find,
Kindred spirits.
Yeah, who are really...
Who are consciously trying to heal and trying to be aware in a way.
Yeah, because we really want to start doing this and that rebirthing stuff. So I really feel like we can help people with trauma and
an aware group of people holding the space for each other to clear the blocks and clear the traumas.
And it was to do with the feminine energy. I really feel strongly like the feminine energy is the thing that's going to help move this planet forward at the moment.
Lot of power.
I know the males are, but it's like the females need to be together, and the females are here to really help the males, help us heal as well. Like, we can't heal without that feminine, gentle, graceful mother energy.
It's needed on the planet again. Things have been out of balance for a very long time.
Alright.
There's the sadness in that as well.
I'll finish that for now, yeah? Cheers.